How are you? Looks
I'm
like
all right in the land of lots of sharing of acid communism.
okay. You said tacit communism. Is that what it is?
Acid.
Acid. That sounds more fun than tacit.
Yeah, no, acid isn't dropping acid communism.
I see.
Imagining a post-capitalist realism, but you have to go through the eerie zones of capitalism, I guess. I don't know.
But it looks like you're underwater. There. Is that some sort of? Is that the real estate? What's the California real estate market doing? Is the UC
The
system
real estate
underwater?
market is overflowing. That is, everybody is moving here due to inclement weather. Everybody wants to get warm in the never-ending fires of California.
So is this some kind of migration from Northern California to South? Because my sense is that people are leaving California and going to like Santa Fe and getting away from the coast and going to places that are not so going to fall into the ocean.
Oh, well, that's not the way the real estate is reading here. That is, the largest component of real estate here in the U.S. is coming from New York City, Chicago, and Miami. Although there is a great many Zoom bombs coming in from the San Francisco crowd.
I see.
Bill Gates and several others are moving here at this time. So it's an accelerationist real estate paradigm here.
And so how are your investments doing?
Well, I would say, what's that?
You making out like a bandit there?
No. I think the academic condition disallows from any wealth that would be necessary to be a bandit. It's more like perhaps abandoned condition.
Yes, that's what you
Well, and so I think the precarious condition is more like the situation here is accelerated by the border and the concentration of excessive wealth against excessive loss. And then certainly the line of La Frontera is the concentration, the big uncanny valley against the void marked, and that's certainly everything sort of gets into what was that H.G. Wells book that he did after War of the Worlds, the void marked,
Is that really the title?
Everything. Yeah, H.G. Wells into 19. What was that 19 H.G. Wells book that he did? Also known as just WTF. What the fuck?
Well, let's go to another.
Yeah, H.G. Wells.
Florida.
1919.
It seems like
also known as just WTF.
Let's go to another real estate the state of Florida. Last week or so, he's been in office, and then also it seems like Trump is holding up there. And what's your thoughts on what you saw the last?
Well, I mean, there's a deep connection between wired ideology of California Disneyland,
the investments there, and your
centrality of Disney. Well, I mean, there's a deep connection between wired ideology of California Disneyland and the high-stake games of centrality of Disney World. And Florida has always been a kind of high-stake games of the illusion and disillusion, right? Especially around the condition of white fear. And certainly Mar-a-Lago perhaps becomes the point between Disney World and Disneyland as the Bermuda Triangle of white supremacy.
Well, yeah, it's funny because I don't know if you know this, but my grandmother was an early real estate, one of the first female real estate agents in Florida, and she took over her boss's business. He died, so she was part of the '20s boom and bust. So it's got a long history. That whole area down there. Well, I mean, Disney World is not that old, and I remember when I was a kid going before they even built this thing, go see the model of Epcot. But Miami, West Palm, all of that all that's just like LA. It's their 20th century.
Yeah, well, that's why I see it as a Bermuda Triangle, where everything becomes upside down and lost, and only returns like the Return of the Repressed 20 years later. And plays out again.
What do you think? What was your take on this whole thing with the stock market? And it was played different ways in terms of money made, money lost, obviously, but the notion that it was a democratization of capitalist speculation. What was your take on that?
Well, again, it's one of the things is that it recalled a lot of the sort of gestures that were done in the 1990s, say Toy War, since you're dealing with Toy World. And the specificity of Toy War was that it was a targeted engine against a very specific company. And here it was derivatives against democracy, or the democratization of derivatives in terms of GameStop. And I suppose the reverse is to stop the game. And ultimately both sides lose because the game, as you sort of project there, is thanatopic. And there's always a hauntology that capital will just act as a revenant, a ghoul that will just come back and create another different sort of abattoir.